So graphing a polar curve on the TI-83s and 84s, the first thing that you're going to need to do is change your mode from function mode to parametric or to polar. So just arrow key down here to function, scroll over here to polar, and just hit enter. And when you hit the y equals now, you'll have polar coordinates ready to roll. And these are instead of y equals, r equals. And you can still use the variable key to type in stuff. So if I'm looking for 3 cosine 6 theta, I'm 3 cosine 6. And then I can just hit that variable key and that gets me my 6 theta. Okay. So now choose to graph it, and there's the graph. Now that's not the prettiest graph that we've ever seen. So one thing that you'll want to do is change your window, and you might have to do this several times until you get comfortable with it, but hit the window button. This gives you all the information about the window, the minimum theta value, the maximum theta value, the step of theta, and if you want a really accurate looking graph, make your step of theta very small. Well, we know that the maximum radius on the rose curve for 3 cosine 6 theta is going to be 3. So let's just go from like -5 for a minimum, and then let's go with 5 for maximum on x. And then we'll go the same for y, and we'll look at that graph. So now we've got all our information in. Go ahead and hit the graph button, and then here's your curve. Now the only drawback to this is it's not a perfect graph because our window is not a square window. So go ahead and hit the zoom button and choose zoom square. And when you do that, this gets you the rose curve shape. Now this rose curve has 12 petals, so it's not the prettiest looking curve on the 83s and 84s. However, when you're looking at like cosine 4 theta or cosine 3 theta, one of your curves with fewer petals, it's not a problem at all. It works out really great. The other graph that we're wanting to look at, let's look at a cardioid. So let's just clear this guy out. And then 3 minus 5 sine theta. So graph that guy. And again, here's our graph, but we can't see the whole entire curve. So mess with the window a little bit. And it's obvious that we need to take our y coordinates and make them less. So let's make our y minimum, say, what would our y minimum be? Well, 3 plus 5, that would be 8. So our y minimum is going to be 8. So let's go down here to, like, say, -9. And when you graph it, here's our cardioid. But it should look like a circle, and this looks a little bit squished. So again, go to your zoom button and choose to square your window. And let's see what that looks like. There you go. There's your cardioid. So you're going to have to mess with your window a little bit. You want to have a square window when you do these because the shape is very important. And if your window is not square, you don't have an accurate view of what the shape truly is represented by.